Hollywood's biggest comedy star died in 2017, but just last week, a video appeared online claiming he revealed the name of a famous gay actress he secretly dated for years. The internet went crazy. Millions of people clicked to find out which Golden Age movie star had been hiding her true identity. But here's the shocking twist nobody saw coming, and why this story gets way darker than anyone expected. Trust me, by the end of this video you'll understand why some secrets in Hollywood are more dangerous than others. Jerry Lewis was huge. Like massive huge. He made more money than almost any actor in Hollywood history. He was the funny guy everyone loved, the guy who made kids laugh on TV, the guy who seemed so sweet and innocent. But the video that came out last week tells a very different story. And when people actually watched it, they got the shock of their lives. The video was called "Jerry Lewis Names the Gay Actress of Old Hollywood He Dated in Secret." Sounds crazy, right? Millions of people clicked on it expecting to finally learn which famous actress had been living a lie her whole career. People were ready for the biggest Hollywood scandal ever. They thought they were about to learn secrets that had been hidden for over 50 years. But here's what actually happened. People watched the whole video waiting for this big reveal. They heard about Jerry Lewis being born as Joseph Levitch in Newark, New Jersey in 1926. They learned about how he became famous with Dean Martin in the comedy team Martin and Lewis. They found out how these two guys became the highest paid entertainers in the world during the late 1940s and 1950s. Everyone was waiting for the big secret about the gay actress, and waiting. And waiting. The video talked about their big breakup in 1956. It mentioned creative differences and personal problems between Jerry and Dean. It went through Jerry's solo career, his movies like The Nutty Professor, all his success with Paramount Pictures. But the promised secret about the gay actress, it never came. Not once. The video never said her name. It never told the story. People watched the whole thing and got nothing. That's when things got really weird. While everyone was talking about this mystery actress who might not even exist, real women started coming forward with real stories about Jerry Lewis. And these stories are absolutely terrible. Two actresses named Karen Sharp and Hope Holiday have accused Jerry Lewis of sexual assault and harassment. These aren't rumors or gossip. These are serious accusations given to documentary filmmakers, the same people who worked on other major Hollywood scandal investigations. The stories these women tell are horrifying. Picture this. You're a young actress excited to work with one of Hollywood's biggest stars. You go to his dressing room for what you think is a normal meeting. Suddenly, Jerry Lewis presses a button that locks the door. You're trapped, alone with him. He starts making moves on you, and there's nowhere to go, nobody to help you. That's what one actress says happened to her. Another woman described how Jerry Lewis would tell her exactly how to dress, what to wear, how to look. He would make sexual advances she didn't want, but what could she do? He was Jerry Lewis. He was powerful. He could end her career with one phone call. These women kept quiet for decades. They watched Jerry Lewis get praised and honored while knowing what he really did to them. They saw him on TV raising money for charity, being called a hero, while they carried these terrible secrets. Now think about this mystery gay actress story again. If Jerry Lewis really did secretly date a gay actress, we have to ask, was this a normal relationship between two adults? Or was this another example of Jerry Lewis using his power to control and manipulate women? Let me explain why this matters so much. Hollywood in the 1940s and 1950s was nothing like today. If you were gay back then, your career was over if anyone found out. Not just hurt, might, completely destroyed. Gay actors and actresses lived in constant fear. They had to create fake relationships, fake marriages, fake entire lives just to survive in Hollywood. The movie studios controlled everything. They didn't just decide what movies to make. They controlled who their stars could date, who they could marry, where they could go, what they could say. Being gay wasn't just against social rules. It could literally ruin your entire life. So gay performers had to be incredibly creative to hide their true selves. Some gay men would marry lesbian women so they could both appear straight. Some would have very public fake relationships that were basically acting jobs. Others would date in complete secret, always terrified of being caught. If Jerry Lewis really was secretly dating a gay actress, think about the power he would have had over her. He was one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. He could make or break careers. He could destroy reputations. If he wanted to hurt this actress, all he had to do was threaten to reveal her secret. She would lose everything, and her career, her money, her reputation, maybe even her family. This wasn't just dating. This would have been a relationship where one person held all the power and the other person lived in constant fear. But here's what makes this story even more suspicious. Jerry Lewis wasn't exactly known for being a good person, especially in his later years. He made racist jokes. He made jokes about women that weren't funny. They were mean and offensive. In 2007 he had to apologize for using anti-gay slurs during a charity event. This wasn't a man who seemed to care about gay rights or treating people with respect. So when this story comes out about him secretly dating a gay actress, we have to wonder, is this true? And if it is true, was he helping her or hurting her? The timing of this story is also really weird. Right when serious accusations of sexual assault are coming out against Jerry Lewis, suddenly there's this distracting story about a mystery actress. It's almost like someone wants people to focus on this exciting secret instead of listening to the real women who are trying to tell their stories. This happens a lot in Hollywood. When powerful men get accused of bad behavior, suddenly there are other stories that seem more interesting, more exciting, more fun to talk about. It's easier to gossip about mystery actresses from the past than to listen to real women talking about real pain. Jerry Lewis died in 2017 at age 91 in Las Vegas. When he died, lots of famous people said nice things about him. Whoopi Goldberg, William Shatner, Jim Carrey, they all talked about how much he meant to comedy and entertainment. His movies like The Bellboy, Cinderfella, and The King of Comedy really were important and influential. But being talented doesn't mean you can't also be a bad person. Being funny doesn't mean you can't hurt people. Making people laugh doesn't excuse making people suffer. The women who have accused Jerry Lewis of assault and harassment aren't looking for attention or money. They're old now, many in their 80s and 90s. They don't need fame or fortune. They're speaking out because they want the truth to be known. They want people to understand what really happened behind the scenes in Hollywood's so-called golden age. And that's the real story here. Not some mystery actress whose name we may never know. The real story is about real women who have names and faces and voices, women who deserve to be heard and believed. Every time we get excited about Hollywood gossip and secrets, we need to ask ourselves, whose stories are we paying attention to? Are we listening to the people who were hurt, or are we just looking for entertainment? The entertainment industry has always been good at protecting powerful men while silencing their victims. We've seen it with Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, and so many others. The pattern is always the same. Accusations come out, people try to distract with other stories, and the victims get ignored. But things are changing. Movements like Me Too have given survivors a voice. Women who were silenced for decades are finally being heard. Stories that were buried are finally being told. It's messy and complicated, but it's necessary. So what should we do with this Jerry Lewis story? First, we should be skeptical. The evidence for this secret relationship just isn't there. The video that promised to reveal everything actually revealed nothing. Without proof, it's just Second, we should listen to the women who have made specific accusations. Their stories are detailed, consistent, and credible. They deserve our attention and respect. Third, we should think about how we consume celebrity news. Every click, every view, every share is a vote for the kind of content we want to see. We can choose to support accountability over entertainment, truth over gossip. Think about how this connects to Hollywood today. We're still seeing powerful men use their positions to hurt others. We're still seeing victims stay quiet for years because they're afraid nobody will believe them. We're still seeing the entertainment industry protect famous people instead of the people they hurt. But we're also seeing change. More survivors are speaking out. More people are listening. The #MeToo movement didn't start these problems, but it's finally giving victims a voice. Let's talk about what we can learn from this. First, we need to be smart about the media we consume. That clickbait video about Jerry Lewis naming a gay actress. It was designed to get views, not to tell the truth. The title was a lie, the content was empty. But millions of people clicked on it anyway. We do this all the time. We see a shocking headline, and we click without thinking. Every click sends a message about what kind of content we want to see. Second, we need to listen to survivors. When someone says they were hurt by a powerful person, our first reaction shouldn't be to doubt them. Karen Sharp and Hope Holiday didn't come forward for money or fame. They came forward because they wanted the truth to be known. Third, we need to understand that talent doesn't excuse bad behavior. Jerry Lewis was incredibly talented. He changed comedy forever. But that doesn't mean he was a good person. That doesn't mean we should ignore the women who say he hurt them. The old Hollywood system made this worse. Studios would do anything to protect their stars, even if those stars were hurting people. They would cover up crimes, silence victims, and create fake stories to distract from the truth. Look at Harvey Weinstein. For decades, everyone in Hollywood knew he was a predator, but he was powerful, so people stayed quiet. The pattern is always the same. Powerful man hurts people. Victims stay quiet because they're afraid. Eventually one person speaks out. Then others find the courage to come forward. Jerry Lewis fits this pattern perfectly. He was powerful, he was beloved. He seemed harmless, just a funny guy, who made people laugh. But behind the scenes, according to multiple women, he was something very different. The story about the mystery gay actress serves another purpose too. It makes Jerry Lewis seem almost sympathetic. If he was secretly dating a gay woman, maybe he was helping her hide her sexuality. Maybe he wasn't so bad after all. But even if this story is true, and remember, there's no evidence that it is Avory, it doesn't change what he allegedly did to other women. You can't balance out sexual assault with one possibly good deed. We also need to think about the women who stayed silent for so long. Why didn't they speak out earlier? Because they knew what would happen. They would be called liars. Their careers would be destroyed. Meanwhile, Jerry Lewis would continue being famous and successful. This is still happening today. When women come forward with accusations against powerful men, they face incredible backlash. They get death threats. They lose jobs. They get harassed online. So what does all this mean for Jerry Lewis's legacy? His contributions to comedy are real and important. His partnership with Dean Martin created some of the best entertainment of the 1950s. His charity work raised millions for muscular dystrophy. But his legacy is also tied to these allegations. Future generations will remember him not just as a comedian, but as someone accused of using his power to hurt women. The mystery of Jerry Lewis and the unnamed gay actress may never be solved. But the stories of Karen Sharp, Hope Holiday, and other women who worked with him can be heard and believed. Their experiences matter more than any Hollywood secret. As we finish this deep dive into one of Hollywood's most puzzling stories, remember that behind every celebrity scandal are real people with real lives. The entertainment industry will only change when we demand that it change. If this video has made you think differently about celebrity culture and the importance of believing survivors, then I've done what I set out to do. Subscribe and hit that notification bell because we're going to keep having these important conversations about power. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Comment below with your thoughts about how we can do better as consumers of entertainment. And remember, the next time you see a sensational headline about a Hollywood mystery, ask yourself whose voices are being heard, and whose pain is being ignored. Keep questioning, keep demanding better, and never stop believing survivors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.